Police ordered K9 to attack elderly black veteran. No one expected what the dog did next. The growl of the police K9 echoed through the park as the officer tightened his grip on the leash. "Sick him, Rex," he commanded, pointing at the elderly black man standing frozen near the park bench. The crowd gasped. Some turned away, others pulled out their phones. But as the dog lunged forward, something unbelievable happened. No one saw it coming, least of all the officer. The dog didn't attack. Instead, he did the one thing that would change everything. But how? And why? To understand, we have to go back to the beginning. Mr. Elijah Carter, a 72-year-old Vietnam veteran, came to the park every morning to feed the birds and sit in quiet reflection. It was his ritual, his peace after years of war and hardship. But today, his calm would be shattered. A frantic call had gone out. A suspect matching Elijah's description had allegedly threatened someone nearby. The police arrived in minutes, guns drawn, shouting conflicting orders. Elijah, hard of hearing and confused, didn't respond fast enough. That's when the K9 unit was called in. The crowd watched in horror as the officer released the dog. But Rex, a trained German shepherd, hesitated. He sniffed the air, then, instead of attacking, he sat down at Elijah's feet, tail wagging. The officer yelled again, but Rex refused to move. Then, Elijah spoke. His voice was steady, but his hands trembled. "Easy, boy. I know you. You're just doing your job." He reached into his pocket. The officers tensed, but all he pulled out was a worn photograph. A younger Elijah standing beside a military K9 unit. The crowd murmured. The officer's face paled. Rex whined and licked Elijah's hand. The veteran had been a K9 handler in Vietnam. The dog recognized him, not as a threat, but as one of his own. But the officer wasn't backing down. "Control your dog!" another cop shouted. The tension was suffocating. Would they open fire? Would Rex be forced to hack after all? Elijah closed his eyes, whispering, "Not like this." Then Rex did the unthinkable. He turned, baring his teeth at the officer. A deep, warning growl rumbled in his chest. The message was clear. "You will not hurt this man." The officers froze. The crowd erupted. And in that moment, the truth was undeniable. Even a police dog knew this was wrong. The officers lowered their weapons. The real suspect was caught blocks away. Elijah, shaken but unharmed, knelt and scratched Rex behind the ears. "Good boy," he murmured. As the crowd cheered, the officer who gave the order stood in stunned silence. Rex never obeyed him again. He'd chosen his loyalty. And Elijah? He walked out of the park with his head high, but the world would never forget what happened that day. Because when a police dog refuses to attack an innocent man, maybe it's time to ask who the real animals are.
If this story touched you, hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.